Hello everybody, my name is Tom from Plasma Grenade, and welcome to the Upper Edge Battle at the Beach race. This race is a 50-lap shootout around the trioval of Daytona International Speedway. So, we're going to first start out with the onboard lap, and then we're going to go right into the starting lineup, and then not waste any time for the race, and after the race we'll have a result page to show you where it was. This is a non-points race, so this is basically for fun. No one got frustrated at the end of the race, and that's how we wanted to keep it here at Upperedge Racing. Thank you for joining us, and we will see you in a minute. Alright, now for our pace laps, and it's going to be 2 laps instead of 1, since this track is very, very small. It's probably not even about half a mile. It's just basically a trioval of Daytona. Alright, you're going to come around out of turn 2, and you're just going to try to accelerate as much as you can, and the finish line is the same finish line as they use in the 2.5 mile racetrack. Alright, now coming into turn 1, you're going to brake, not too hard, and you're going to come around, and you're going to come very, very close to the outside wall. Now the outside wall is going to have a lot of action because there is going to be cars bouncing off of it left and right. Now people are going to do that because it's going to do pretty much absolutely no damage to their cars because you're going so slow. Alright, now coming back onto the front straightaway, you're going to come right up against the wall and you're going to try to run down the banking. If you run down the banking, you're going to get a lot more speed and you're going to get a lot more grip on your tires. Brake just about a second after you cross the finish line, and you're going to brake down to 35-40 miles per hour. Now, once again, you're going to come very, very close to the outside wall, and you're going to accelerate as much as you can, because technically, this is the backstretch, and you're going to want as much speed as you can, braking just after that last turn into the infield, and you're going to come, once again, right down to 35-40 miles per hour, come right up the front stretch, slide down the banking, and you're going to cross the finish line, and that is a lap that we're doing here tonight. Starting 8th, from Virginia, USA, driver the number 47 Kingsford Toyota, Indivisible 22. Starting 7th, from Virginia, USA, driver the number 27 Menard Chevy, Caps 28. Starting 6th, from Kentucky, USA, driver the number 51 Guy Roofing Chevy, Wind Charger 8199. Starting 5th, from Alabama, USA, driver the number 15 5-Hour Energy Toyota, Roll Tide 424. Starting 4th, from New York, USA, driver the number 56 NEP Toyota, Ustra 3. Starting 3rd, from Kentucky, USA, driver the number 20 Dollar General Toyota, Little Chapman 33. Starting outside row 1, from California, USA, driver the number 78 Furniture Row Chevy, King Edward I. And starting on the pole, from Indiana, USA, driver the number 42 Target Chevy, Watt Racing 10. And once again, we'd like to thank you for joining us tonight. You caught us out coming out of our pace laps. There's been a couple little changes in the starting order. Some guys got moved around. Some people joined the race. I don't know if that's one of the guys behind me, but 31 Gabhart. There's a couple people. Let me see. Check my note sheet here. Gabhart and the number 10, I'm a Bad Kid, is also joining us this race. And here we go. Coming off turn 2. Pace cars up in front. Watching him pull off the field. We're getting ready. Green flag is out, and we are racing here in Daytona for the Battle at the Beach from Upperedge. Coming down into turn 1, I expect everything to go wrong, and no, actually, everything goes right, except for the 20, who takes almost out the leader. Little Chapman almost wrecked probably the entire field coming off of turn 1. And I'm getting word from our booth producer that the lap counter is a little bit off. So don't rely on it completely. And the 10 spins out, takes out almost, well, probably, half the field coming out of turn 2. It doesn't look like it's going to be a caution Upperedge officials let us continue racing, and all of a sudden, Usher 3 is not first, fourth. Oh, boy. So you're probably going to want to ignore the spotter from Usher 3 because, yeah, every time he goes down the back straightaway, you're going to get a call from NASCAR officials that you're not going the right way on the track and that they're not going to tolerate this. But that's okay, just as long as you ignore it and listen to my soothing voice instead. Everything will go as smoothly as possible as Usher 3 runs a little bit wide in the turn. And is he going to get past? No, wow, Watt Racing almost just completely destroyed him, though. Now it looks like Gabhard is right behind him, getting ready to overtake, and the top three guys have just pulled away at this point. Looks like it's just going to be a show for them. But there still is a long way to go here at this 50-lap race. And Gabhard comes to the inside of Usher 3, and it's going to be a race down the finish line. Side by side, neck and neck. Oh, I couldn't even tell who was that at the line. Coming down into turn 1, this may or may not be a close wreck, and Usher 3 gives him room. The 31 goes a little bit wide, taps him, he saves it, coming down, and it looks like he's going to be able to, Usher 3 is going to be able to clear Gabhard, just barely though. And we have a car looking to the inside of all three of them, and almost makes contact. I can't tell who it is, and it is Caps 27, and the 10 of I'm a Bad Kid. Jeez. Somewhat late entry into the race, and I believe that is a top 5 right now as Usher 3 once again goes a little bit deep into the corner. Bounces off the wall like we said people will do in the pace laps, I guess you can call it, the ride-alongs. And, whoa! The 15 was just stopped dead on the track. I don't know if that was lag or not, but the 27 and 10 made some contact going into turn 2. But man, I'd like to know what's wrong with that 15. I don't know if that was a lag or if maybe his controller died or something along the lines of that. But we're approximately on lap 6, and yep, everyone's bouncing off the wall in turn 1. I knew they were going to do it, but I didn't know that they were going to do it this much. Looking at the running order right now, King Edward I in the 78 car is currently leading all of us, not by us, you know what I mean, all of the laps so far. And it looks like Usher 3 is in a little bit of a no man's land, just a little bit, because these turns can change everything. As oh, Gabhard almost takes him out coming out of turn 2. Once again, you can just ignore the spotters and everybody, because they have no idea what's going on. They're AIs, and oh, it looks like Usher 3 gets stuck into the wall. Oh, I've never seen that happen before, but that just allowed Gabhard to run by, and it looks like Watt Racing 10 in the 42 car is also going to get by him with ease. No, Usher 3 is going to challenge him into the first corner. I'm not sure how well that's going to do. He cuts the corner very, very sharp, and Watt Racing goes very, very wide. Looks like he's going to do a little bit of mirror driving. No, he's going to allow the 42 to the inside. I'm not sure if that's a good move or not. And he backs out because he probably knows that there's going to be a crash, because these are very, very, very sharp turns. Ooh, almost another little bit of contact from Watt Racing and Usher.
First is in front by 8 seconds. Doing an awesome job today, buddy. On the bottom,
coming back into turn 1. And looks like the 51 of Windcharger. Oh, that was an ugly hit from the wall by Usher, almost straight on, but that did bounce his car forward. But that also allowed Watt Racing to go by him, and Usher 3 is suddenly falling back throughout the field. Starting 4th, not sure where he is in now because the position tracker's all goofed up considering we're running backwards on the track at one point.
That's my boy. Keep going. Nice.
So we're roughly on lap 10 now, which means we're around a 5th, and Watt Racing goes very, very wide. Usher 3 can't corner him, and he just pins him against the wall. Oh man, that made Watt Racing come to a near dead stop, and we're going to have to check and see how he's doing in a second.
Nobody's going to pull over and make it easy for us today. Got to go get it.
And looking in the mirror, it looks like he is still fine, didn't lose any more positions than what he did. I'm sure that wasn't intentional by Usher 3, and I don't think he was really able to do anything else but slam on the brakes, but that sends you going forward. As it does here, Usher 3 almost once again goes straight on into the wall, not able to do anything good so far, but fall backwards and watch a couple crashes happen. But it looks like Gebhardt is definitely driving out a lead, and someone is trying to overtake the 42. I can't tell who that is in the mirror. Is that King Edward? Nah, that can't be King Edward, the leader. Could he lap down the... He's already starting to lap down people. Oh, here he comes on the inside. No, he's not going to complete the pass there, but that is King Edward, the leader. Has led every lap so far. Oh! Oh! Wow! Usher 3 looks like he got on the brakes a little bit too early and slowed down a little bit too much, and King Edward could not figure out a way to go by him and just clobbers the back of his car. Usher 3 is now one lap down, so it will be approximately lap 13 out of 49 now, because he'll only be running 49 laps. Unless the caution comes out now and he gets the lucky dog. This has been an action-packed race so far, as everybody has been tapping the wall, everybody has been getting together. This is not a normal track, and is definitely not intended to be a normal track, because these turns are near 180 degrees. Unfortunately, it's not, because the trioval affects it, and it looks like Usher 3 goes wide once again. Is he clear? Yep, he clears the wall. There you go, now on the tracker, 49, so he is one lap down. Absolutely no one in his mirror, just a little bit of cars out of his windshield, and those are the leaders. So I'm not sure what he will be able to do here.
Looking really good, buddy. Okay, top 5, now we're cooking.
And it looks like a car runs wide. Is that the... That is the 51 of Windcharger. Did he run wide again? Oh boy, but that really allowed Usher 3 to catch up to the rear end of him.
Can you explain this to me?
Let's see if Usher 3 is able to close the gap on Windcharger anymore, and it looks like he perfected that corner as Windcharger goes a little bit wide, so he might have closed the gap just a little bit more. We'll see how Windcharger does in this first turn once again. And he runs wide. He runs really wide. He didn't even turn. He just needed to come to a dead stop, and that probably allowed just around everybody. Usher 3, Watt Racing, everyone else by him. And it looks like he's still stopped on the track. No, he's moving. No, he's still moving. He got moving once again. Yep, there he's in the rear view mirror. I was mistaken him for Watt Racing. And Usher 3 now has around 1 second lead over him. You know, I have a list of notes here just in case the race gets a little boring, so something I can talk about, but I don't think I'm going to be able to talk about that for a little bit while. At least not while all of these cars are still a little bit bunched together from the start of the race. Except for King Edward, who's just about lapped the entire field by now. He pulled out a huge gap on Watt Racing, which means Watt Racing has passed the 51 of Windcharger.
Awesome pass, buddy. Okay, make it count.
Just confused the pace car for an actual car there for a second. If you're wondering about that car parked on the grass next to the finish line, that is our pace car.
That's not cool.
He is A&F Knight, the leader of this series league on Xbox, and you guys may remember him from the first episode of this season career thing.
Man. Nice and smooth. Nice and smooth.
Oh, Usher 3 bounced a little bit hard off the wall. It doesn't look like he had any damage to the front, though.
That's the wrong way. Come on, you're better than this, man.
No, Mr. Spotter, that is not the wrong way.
First is leading by 3 seconds.
Looks like the 20 is about to catch Usher, and from the looks of it, the 20 of Little Chapman is running second
Chief, we're not
at
going
this
to
moment.
tolerate that. Get with Ray over there on the pit box. You're going the wrong way.
So we are coming around probably to complete lap 20 because that tracker at the top is a little bit off and is a little bit broken. We're going to have to fix that for the next race. There we go, lap 20. Right before we cross the line to get on lap 21. So I believe that is one lap behind. At least one lap. Could be a little bit more. Usher 3 slides the tires come through that turn a little bit. So, looking at my notes, it looks like a driver from this race, Caps 28, driver of the number 27 car, has won the pole for the Upperedge Cup Series Daytona 375, which I'm assuming is their Daytona 500. And normally, like always, there were duels following the Daytona qualifying. ANF Knight won Duel 1, and this is going to be fun to pronounce. The Cab Hira 5T won the second duel. So I'm sure Knight is going to be left in that. It looks like the 20 is going to come right behind Usher 3. He looks like he's a little bit antsy. We'll see if he's able to pass this lap car very quickly, so maybe he can close down the lead on King Edward. But it doesn't look like that's going to happen. Usher 3 just lets him go by. And the 10, who's running third at the moment, which you will never see Danica Patrick's car running third again. Ever. And looks like the 10 comes across the nose of the 56. Not sure if he could do anything about that, but it doesn't look like we're going to be going caution, considering it's only a single car spin. This league only runs caution flags when it is single cars. When it isn't single car spins and there are multiple cars involved in the crash. And Usher that was way more ugly than what I anticipated. Usher 3 just runs straight on into the outside wall of turn 1.
You can explain this to me?
Running as smoothly as ever now, and it looks like he definitely perfected turn 2, mostly because the outside wall isn't flat and it gives a little bit more leeway as he runs the apron.
There's 5-second gap between you and the leader.
It definitely looks like turn 1's a little bit sharper than turn 2, as both those cars run into the outside wall.
You're going the wrong way. What are you doing?
And the 10 comes along and passes him to perfection. Not sure if the 56 let him go by because he is on the lead lap and Usher isn't. So I'm sure that's what happened there. As we pass halfway at this point. So this race is past halfway over and it has been full of action. Usher 3 once again runs head on in the wall. The 10 didn't as much, but still made a lot of contact. I'm surprised these cars haven't been really dramatically hurt by now by all of the cars running into turn 1.
That's not cool. Come on, man. Eyes on the prize. Let's do this now.
Looks like Watt Racing is still right behind Usher. Watt Racing has been hanging with Usher the entire time. Usher has not been able to pull out a lead over him, so I'm sure these two cars are about as equal as you can get them. Wow, I don't think he could come any closer to that outside wall than Usher did right there. You probably couldn't fit a baby's head in between that car and the wall. This race is still running as smooth, I guess you can make a Daytona trioval can. This race was initially going to be run on the backstretch, but since there isn't a finish line and permanent boundaries that like the inside grass is, they decided to run the trioval instead, which definitely is making an interesting race so far.
You can explain this to me?
Looks like Caps 27 car is right behind him. And so is King Edward. He's about to lap Usher down for the second time. Usher looking to go 2 laps down. He might be able to recover from 1, but I'm not sure if he's able to recover from 2, judging by how clean It's how cleanly continues to smack into the wall. This race has been, and it looks like he's blocking the leader. Looked like Usher was blocking the leader a little bit, but then realized it was King Edward, the leader, who has led every lap of this race so far, and it looks like there's a little bit of contact. There's a car backwards coming out of turn 2, and oh! The 20 car.
Car inside at your door.
The 20 car, Little Chapman, just ran into the leader, and a caution flag is flying now. Wow. That was just about as crazy as you can get. A caution flag just happened right in front of the leader who was trying to overtake a lap car. And there really wasn't anywhere for those 4 to go until the 20 car paused his game and made himself a ghost car.
That's the wrong way. Come on, you're better than this, man.
So we're currently under caution now. Looks like the pace speed is going to be around 40 miles per hour. There will be no pitting during this race because, you know, we're kind of using the pit road for the backstretch.
Going the wrong way. What are you
And
doing?
Usher lets the lead lap cars go through.
Keep the momentum. Let's go. Come on, man. Keep
And
that momentum. Keep
should the
that
20 be a lead lap car? I mean, he did get passed by the leader.
momentum. Driver in first, 2 seconds ahead.
Or now we're getting word that he's just 1 lap down, so that's why he's in front of Usher. Okay. So, I guess since we're under caution, if you're watching this on our YouTube channel, we're going to send you over... Oh!
We're just as
Usher just took out the 20 car. I'm not sure if that was intentional or not. I'm sure it wasn't. There was absolutely nothing, no reason he should take out the 20 car. So, see, it looks like he's watching, letting the 20 car go through, and the 10 apparently. Because, yes, the 10 is running second at the time. So, before I was interrupted, I was saying if you're watching this on our YouTube channel, we're going to send you over to a quick commercial break brought to you by YouTube and their advertisements. I'm sure if it's a over 30-second commercial, you're just going to click the skip ad button. But we're going to do that now as we cross the finish line. So we're going to do that now. And if you're not watching on the YouTube channel and you're watching this from somewhere else, unless you're watching this on the Upperedge website, then 1, this video has been plagiarized. Contact the police immediately. And 2, you're not going to miss a thing because, well, they just got back from commercial. Alright. So the field has been doubled up, and we're getting word that one of the cars is on the outside front row, but unable to be seen by half the field. So that's going to make for an interesting restart as Pace Car dives in. King Edward comes to the finish line, and we are back racing here at Daytona. And the 27 comes to make it 3 wide. 56 is in an RCR Samish, and it looks like he's able to clear Gebhard. Wow, I did not expect that 3 wide going into turn 1 was actually going to work on this little short racetrack. Watt Racing still behind Usher. Looks like Usher has been able to keep him at bay as the 31 goes a little bit wide. Nothing too much to be worried about. Oh, there was a little bit of contact up ahead. It looks like the 20 and the 10 got a little bit feisty, and the 10 bounces off the wall and runs into the 27. Not sure what that is about. I'm sure the 10 just ran a little bit wide, tapped the wall sent him into the 27, and everyone carried on. And they are racing side by side throughout this lap, and it has been crazy. Gebhard, I believe, is on the lead lap, or at least 1 lap closer to the leader than Usher is. So they're not racing for position. Usher, Gebhard, Gebhard was, they're still wrecking. Gebhard looks like wasn't able to turn, forced Usher out wide, made him run near head on into the wall. And then as Usher carried on, Watt Racing comes flying in from nowhere and collects the wall as well. That was an interesting series of events. So, if you're just joining us, why are you just joining us? Because you could just hit the replay button, and the 42 runs into the 20, takes the 20 to the wall, flies himself into the wall, and Usher 3 just gained another position by passing Watt Racing, and the 31 has still not been able to pass Usher. I'm not sure if he's holding him up on purpose or if he just doesn't know that he's 1 lap down, or 1 lap less down than He is.
Got a car low. Keep high, keep high. Car underneath.
Running side by side into turn 1 as they
Really
both
good,
reach
buddy.
their braking point, I guess as cleanly as possible.
Nice
Usher
job.
3 is going to
Clean
see
out
if he
here.
can't do a
Let's use it.
crossover on 31, and no, he can't. He gets the better line.
Turn around, man. You're gonna get somebody hurt. Come on, buddy. We gotta work for that money.
31 undercuts the turn just a little bit, but not too serious that he's going to fly into the wall. There's a very strict apex on this track that you need to hit to perfection, otherwise you're probably going to
Car approaching
undercut
your
the
rear.
turn, which isn't good for speed, or overcut and slam into the wall like the 31 just did, and the 56. This is a tricky track. If you guys want to try this at your home and you have the game, you're able to do it any time of your will. Watt Racing still trying to catch the 56 of Usher 3, not doing a very good job at it. Well, he's been doing good at the turns, but he hasn't been able to exit the turn
Here's a
as
second
good
half.
as he has. 31
Nice.
undercuts the
Now we're
turn
rolling.
just a little bit. Oh man, the 42 just slammed into the wall if you looked at the mirror.
You can explain this to me? Just keep a good pace. You're doing good.
I can't tell if these cars are racing as cleanly as possible or not, because there really isn't very much clean racing at this moment. This is the first time I've ever seen racing on
Going
this
on the inside.
configure at all. Running backwards down pit road and up through the trioval. But this definitely is very entertaining for me. Not sure if it's entertaining for you, but I'm sure if it's not, you guys would have left by now. So glad you're still here.
Cool. Nice job, dude. Very nice.
Usher 3 locks up his tires just a little bit, but not too bad that he's going to fly into the wall. Oh, Watt Racing got very close to Usher's rear bumper.
You're going the wrong way.
I wonder what kind of setup you would have for
Come on,
this
work your way
track.
to the front.
Just climbing a 22, I'm just going to go out on a limb and say 22-degree banking is the trioval, and then come to a flat surface off onto the apron of pit road, making a very sharp near 180-degree turn, and accelerating as quickly as possible. And Watt Racing does, once again, almost get as close as possible to Usher's rear bumper. I'm not sure if he's trying to rattle his cage or if he's just trying to make a clean pass as possible. I'm sure he's trying to make as clean pass as possible, and he does come very close. It looks like he is closing the gap. Usher flies into the wall, gets a little bit loose, does a little bit of blocking to slow the 42 down, and they're going to be side by side going into turn 1. Usher has the bottom line, so he's going to need to brake a little bit more, but he's going to get the turn better. And he does get the turn better. Looks like Watt Racing either is trying a crossover or he just let him have it, because you don't want to be side by side going into turn 1 unless it's on the restart. And you don't even want it to be on the restart, which we've only had 2 starts to the race so far. And there's 3 wide all of a sudden. Watt Racing collects the 56, who turns him into the 20, but the 20 saved the 56 from going around, and they are continue racing. That has got to be the craziest thing I've ever seen. Not sure the 56 saw the 20 was making it 3 wide, or if he even knew the 20 was there. But that has got to be some of the luckiest driving from the 56 I have ever seen, to not get looped around by the 42 of Watt Racing. We're getting word that the 15 of World Tide 424 is the invisible car that no one is able to see at the moment. Not sure where he's going to be finishing, or if he has disconnected by now. But I guess that there are always glitches that real life won't happen, but will happen in video games, and some things that won't happen in video games and will happen in real life. It just, I guess, depends on the game. This game by Utechnics is definitely a game I recommend. But we have a little bit of lowering action, so if you want to see live Upperedge Racing, head to upperedgeracing.com and click on the mini tab underneath their main header labeled speed cams, and they feature live racing from not Usher 3, but from Upperedge Racing. So if you guys ever get bored on a Wednesday night, just go over to that website and you will get some live racing action. You won't get my smooth commentating voice, but you will get live racing action, which is always better than recorded stuff. But in other news, the Upperedge Unlimited already happened, which I guess is the Sprint Unlimited for the Upperedge Racing Series. And it looks like X2X Jeter X2X won that race. So congratulations to him. He gets absolutely 0 points towards the season because so far no points races has happened, but it is going to happen this week with the Daytona 375 and the Plasma Grenade 100. Sorry, I banged into the microphone there. And there's a car run way out wide. It looks like the 51. Yes, it is the 51 of Windcharger. He has run way out wide. Yes, he ran off the track in turn 1 and may have distracted Usher 3 because he tapped the wall on the inside while passing him. So not a really good day for the 51 car of Windcharger. But thankfully this is not a points race, so this is just fun. And it looks like King Edward passed Usher 3 to make him 3 laps down, and he's going to lap down the 20 car, who is either in 2nd or 3rd. Or 4th, really, depending on where the 15 car is. I'm sure Usher 3 doesn't want the 15 car to have bad connections and stuff, considering it's his teammate. And it's always good to have a teammate out there because you guys will race as cleanly as possible. Hopefully. But we are winding down to the end of this race, which is really surprising. 50 laps done in almost 30 minutes now. The video has gone longer than 30 minutes, but the race hasn't. The race has only been going on for 28 minutes, 40 seconds. But still, great racing from all of the drivers. I look forward to seeing the rest of the races from this season. And I look forward to... Oh! I don't look forward to the 20 almost looping it in turn 1 from hitting the grass. I'm not sure if that's corner cutting. I'm sure it is, but I'm not sure if the racing officials saw that or not. We're getting word that he didn't, so no penalty to the 20, that lucky dog. And we are closing in on the final lap. It looks like this is the final lap. And... yes, this is the final lap. That is the race. Wow, that has got to be a breathtaking race as far as I can see. But King Edward completely led every lap. There you see the results. There is no points this week, but we'd like to thank you for tuning into this race, and we look forward to seeing you more on Usher 3's Plasma Grenade channel. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.